What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. It is the 14th day of November, and here we are, my friends, sitting at about $0.0032 right now. We are down 2.4% on the day, but that's okay. Down 2.4% on the day. Bitcoin's down 3%. You're actually outperforming Bitcoin today, which is a rarity, but we have seen this happen a few times this cycle where altcoins will give higher lows and Bitcoin will give lower lows, and it did put in a lower low today. That typically is, and this is something to stick in your back pocket for later. That typically is a point in time at which the market finds a low, be it a relative low or the low, whatever it might be. It's typically a time where we do bottom out whenever Bitcoin sees lower lows, but altcoins see higher lows, because typically that doesn't happen, right? The only reason why altcoins get higher lows and Bitcoin gets a lower low in the same time frame, because typically if Bitcoin goes down, altcoins move down more. So if Bitcoin sees a lower low, altcoins should see lower lows too. The only reason why that happens is because of manipulation, right? Because there are leveraged positions in the markets. Bitcoin moves lower to clear out the longs. Altcoins have already made people there's less leverage trading in altcoins, so really what they need is a crash to shake out the weak hands, where Bitcoin needs to liquidate longs to shake out the weak hands, right? So typically that's just my going theory, that when Bitcoin moves lower but altcoins don't move lower, that is a low area in the markets typically, right? We've seen that. This is like the third or fourth time this cycle that we've actually identified that happening. 0.00318. 6 hours and 23 minutes left right now. Let's get into the short term stuff, okay? 1 hour time frame here. Looking at the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame here, looking at the 1 hour time frame. We do have a double bottom, a little bit of a double bottom here. Nice reaction so far. Yeah, we're getting tied up here, but I'm not worried about it. I think that we do move higher. Looking at the 1 hour indicators here, the RSI, bullish divergence. Nice. You've seen that move already play out. Stochastics look all right, and the MACD is starting to shape up too. Not a whole lot to go off of here, other than the fact that we have, broken out of this downtrend. We're kind of establishing an uptrend now. Can we come down? Can we go lower? Sure. We could move down to 0.0031. Maybe we even take out this low. It's possible, in which case we don't get a double bottom. Maybe we get a slightly lower low, but I would think that we do hold a higher low. I would think that we do probably hold above 0.00315. I would think that we hold above that level. Maybe we go right to it, but then we bounce. But I do think that we're going to move higher. Looking at the 4 hour time frame, certainly at a low point here, right? We take this low, connect the dots like this, and you can see that we're just finding support at the same areas that we have before. A little bit of a tweezer bottom here, and overall, if we take this low here to a high here, we've actually bounced right off the golden ratio. That's a double bottom at the golden ratio. That's perfect. It's beautiful. We need to get above the 382, get above 0.00334, and you validate this as a low. Effectively, you validate this as a low, and we're moving up higher. Okay, that's the thought there. 00334. Okay, looking at the RSI bouncing off the oversold zone, nice. Stochastics look good. They actually look. This looks like what you would do typically at a low area, and you look like you want to move up higher. That's nice. The MACD is not so nice, but that's okay. That's okay. Two that are suggesting that we're bouncing off the oversold areas and going higher, versus one that suggests we go lower. This one, we still could find support here. This still is around the zero, so maybe we do find support right here, but time will tell. Daily time frame, zooming out a little bit, you can see that the RSI here did have higher highs, and we do have lower highs in the price. That is hidden bearish divergence, so that might be why we've pulled back. But the pace at which we pulled back is nothing compared to the pace at which we moved up. And remember, ZBCN people, you guys probably know this better than anybody else, what I'm about to tell you, because we've talked about it at length a handful of times since May, where, and again, this will just better your capabilities as an analyst, as a chart analyst. Now, again, I want to say this really clearly. Don't take this to the bank. This is not something that works 100% of the time, okay? But it probably works like 70% of the time or more. Maybe more than 70% of the time this works. Where you get a solid body up, and you have a spinning top candle or a doji candle, specifically spinning tops, but any kind of doji. Solid body up, doji candle, solid body down. It's a reversal point. Do you see it? I know I've talked about this with you guys plenty of times, because here's an example of this. Do you see what I'm talking about? Solid body up, doji candle, solid body down. It's a reversal point, right? Solid body up, doji candle, solid body down. It's a reversal point. Solid body down, doji candle, solid body up, reversal, right? Like it just, you can't get away from it. We did the same thing here. Solid body, doji, solid body down. You went down, right? We were looking for it here. It didn't happen, but more or less the same results nonetheless. Solid body up, doji candle. It didn't work out perfectly here. But again, it's not a perfect 100% of the time kind of thing. Solid body down, doji candle, solid body up, reversal point, right? It happens. Something to look for, okay? And that might be why we came down here. But clearly, we're moving up with more force than we are moving down. And I think that we will reverse to the upside here. The daily RSI breaking out of its downtrend is good. Stochastics are weird, I gotta admit, but when you're moving sideways like this, they can get weird. The MACD just crossed green. We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. What about the Heikin-Ashi? I'm kind of curious to see. Still red, flipping green. Not so reliable on the daily time frame. It won't be as reliable. We're getting a lot of chop. What about the weekly time frame? Still red. What about the monthly time frame, man? Red. Okay, nothing to go off of there with the Heikin-Ashi. All in all, bullish. You are in what's the word I want to use here? Precarious territory. You're in delicate waters right now, okay? You don't want to go below these lows. You don't really want to go below 00315, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it's 0035. I forget what it is, or 305, whatever the low is. Let me see. What is that price? We don't really want to go below 00315. If we do, it's okay, but you want to see a reaction here soon, right? On a weekly perspective, like next week, we need to see some life. Going into the rest of this month, we need to see some life. I'm not asking for new all-time highs, but we need to see some life, because if not, you really do run the risk of breaking out to the downside. And I, of course, don't believe that's going to happen. I believe Zebec, ZBCN is going to run to dramatically higher prices, but just something to keep in mind again, right? We really do, we need to show some life here. We can't really show weakness anymore. Okay, so from here, the expectation is that when Zebec moves higher, we're going to see anything from about a 9, almost a 10x move, really. And typically with the 2272, you actually go just above there. So let's just call it a 10x move at a minimum to potentially a 24, almost 25x move at a maximum. Something between 3 and 8 cents is the goal. You guys know the script, right? That's where we're going. Specifically, I like that 4.5 cent zone to 6.2 cent zone. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, hit the like button, please, and thank you. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Take care of yourselves, all right? I'll see you on the next one. We're consolidating. We're finding support at prior resistance. We're consolidating. We're finding support at prior support. We need to show that we are. We need to show strength. It doesn't have to be today. We have 2 days left in this week. It doesn't have to be over the weekend. But next week, we need to start showing some life. I don't care where we are. We just need to be productive. Okay. This week can close red. That's okay. I doubt that it will. Let me see. Let me just double check that. Okay. I guess not. I don't want it to go below 00315. But even if it does, we're not in trouble. We're probably only in trouble if we go below 0027. Okay. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.